This cycle of the Discovery Club, the selections are made to match the weather. So as the skies darken, what I've done is taken the styles, so richer styles of red, more hearty styles of red, and also riper styles of white to match the colder weather. There's an excellent southern French Sauvignon, which is a Mediterranean Sauvignon. We have a Californian Lodi Syrah, which is Shiraz, which is on a rich style. And we have a reserve Chardonnay from Australia, from Pathway. And we have a Carignan from Chile, which again is in that hearty style. So these wines we're going to take a look at just to get to know them a bit better. So we're going to taste 4 of the wines from the Discovery Club selection, beginning with this Les Arbusiers Sauvignon Blanc, which is a Mediterranean Sauvignon. Now, this has been selected because the Mediterranean styles are much riper. So maybe in the summer you'd want something from the Loire Valley, tight and crisp. This Sauvignon sees more sunshine, so you get more ripeness. It still has those lovely Sauvignon aromas, so you get that citrus and that slightly herbal note, and it jumps out of the glass. But you also get a ripeness, which is what I was talking about with the weather and the winter. So again, on the palate, you see a bit more sunshine than you would otherwise with something from a more northern clime. That's lovely ripe Sauvignon from the south of France. Moving on to the next wine, we stick with the ripe theme. So ripeness is important. So we've selected a Chardonnay from Australia. Now, this is actually from a slightly cooler pocket, which is in South Australia, a region called Pathway. So it's a premium region, but it is slightly cooler than the wines of, say, the Barossa, which are quite local. So you get the coolness and the freshness, plus you get the ripeness, and this is important when the nights are drawing in. You want something with a bit more richness to it. And that's got a lovely, rich, creamy nose. On the palate, that's led through by a kind of citric core with a bit of a richness and creaminess that runs right the way through it. That's 14% alcohol, which displays the ripeness, but it still has a core freshness, which is very, very important. So they're the 2 whites I'm looking at today. The first red I want to show you is a Lodi Californian Syrah. So it's a Shiraz. It's not very well known, the Lodi region, but it sits between Frisco Bay and the Sierra Nevada mountains, but it makes fantastic Shiraz, really, really good Syrah. And it's not as expensive as, say, Napa, the more famous regions. So you get that lovely kind of lush Californian feel. Californian wines are lush. It's bursting with fruit, the nose. Red fruit, a bit of dark fruit in there as well. And we expect this to be pretty ripe on the palate as well. So there it is. It's really broad. It's got lovely, sweet, natural fruit. The Californian style is in that glass, 100%. Moving on to the last wine. This is also a very ripe style, but it's from Chile. And this is made of Carignan, this wine. This is the long way round Carignan. This was sourced on a motorcycle trip I went on many years ago, and we've carried on with it since. Carignan is a staple wine in the south of France and in Spain, so in the Mediterranean. But it does really well here in the Central Valley of Chile. It produces lovely, pure fruit. There's something wild about it, but it's very, very pure, dark fruit. And there it is again. It's very intense, quite perfumed, but you get lovely cherry and brambly fruit on the palate. And this is a perfect selection for, I think, the winter and the winter months, because you get this collective kind of ripeness. So I've shown you half of what you could expect in this case. There are some really exciting wines besides that, including there's a Pinot Noir from France, which is ravishing. There's also a quite chunky and chocolatey Merlot from the Cape in South Africa. We've got a really good Chardonnay from Spain and a Garganega Pinot Grigio blend from Italy, all within the same sort of vein as these wines. All that's left for you to do really is to sit down by the fire and start pulling the tops off them.